Here's something nobody tells you. You're doing all the right things. Responding quickly. Showing interest. Being available. Remembering the small details. Giving her your time and energy. But somehow, the harder you push, the faster she disappears. Meanwhile, that guy who seems to care less? She can't stop thinking about him. It doesn't make sense until you understand what's really happening beneath the surface. Today, I'm revealing the hidden psychology of attraction and why effort without understanding actually destroys the very thing you're trying to build. Stay with me because this will change everything you thought you knew. You've created a character. A well-rehearsed version of yourself that only exists around women you're attracted to. This guy is always agreeable. Never controversial. Carefully filtered. Strategically likable. Every word measured. Every move calculated. Every opinion softened. You force laughter at mediocre jokes. You nod along with opinions you secretly disagree with. You suppress the rough edges of your personality because you're convinced she wants someone smooth and perfect. You hide your real interests. You downplay your actual beliefs. You become a walking approval machine. Watch yourself next time. Notice how your voice changes. How your posture shifts. How you suddenly become this overly polite, extra considerate person you barely recognize. It's exhausting, isn't it? Monitoring every sentence. Scanning her face for approval. Adjusting your personality in real time based on her micro-reactions. But here's the brutal reality. Women aren't attracted to auditions. They're attracted to authenticity. They can smell the performance from a mile away. That slight hesitation before you speak? She notices. That quick glance to check if she's smiling? She catches it. That way you suddenly agree with everything? Red flags everywhere. Every time you edit yourself to fit what you think she wants, you're broadcasting a silent message. Please think I'm worthy. Please validate me. Please tell me I'm good enough. And that desperation? It seeps through everything you do. Your texts. Your tonality. Your body language. The energy you bring into every interaction. But attraction doesn't grow from hoping you're enough. It grows from knowing you're enough. From showing up without needing her stamp of approval. From being so comfortable in your own skin that her opinion becomes interesting but not essential. The men who magnetically draw women in aren't performing perfection. They're simply refusing to apologize for who they are. They speak their truth even when it's unpopular. They disagree when something doesn't sit right. They share their weird hobbies without shame. They exist as themselves without seeking permission or validation. They don't scan the room for reactions. They don't soften their edges. They don't become chameleons shifting colors based on who's watching. They just are. Unapologetically. Completely. Authentically. That unshakable self-trust? That's what makes her lean closer. That's the energy she's actually searching for. Not your perfectly crafted performance. Your raw, unfiltered presence. Let's get clear on something. Effort isn't your enemy. Desperation disguised as effort is. And most guys can't tell the difference. They think they're being attentive, thoughtful, caring. But what they're actually doing is suffocating her with invisible neediness. There's a massive gap between showing interest and begging for validation. One feels light and attractive. The other feels heavy and draining. You need to understand which one you're actually doing. You're not just texting her. You're monitoring her response time like it's a stock ticker. 12 minutes, 43 minutes, 2 hours. Each minute feeling like an eternity. You're not complimenting her. You're fishing for reassurance that you matter to her. You're not making conversation. You're performing for applause, waiting to see if she'll give you the reaction you desperately crave. Every word becomes calculated. Every message designed for a specific response. Should I add an emoji? Is this too much? Not enough. Does this sound cool? You draft. Delete. Redraft. Overthink. Second guess. It's mental torture. And women? They sense this invisible weight immediately. Even if they can't articulate what's wrong, something feels off. The interaction doesn't flow naturally. There's pressure where there should be ease. Tension where there should be playfulness. The pressure you create kills the chemistry before it starts. She can feel your emotional state hanging on her next words. Your happiness dependent on whether she laughs. Your validation tied to whether she continues the conversation. It's like emotional blackmail without you even realizing it. Confident men want women in their lives. Absolutely. They pursue. They show interest. They make moves. But their self-worth isn't held hostage by her response. Their entire day doesn't crumble when she takes 3 hours to reply. Their mood doesn't swing wildly based on the enthusiasm in her text. They send a message and forget about it. They make a joke because it amuses them, not because they need her laughter for validation. They ask her out and then go back to their lives, not refreshing their phone every 30 seconds. Once you disconnect your emotional stability from her reactions, something powerful happens. The neediness evaporates. The desperation fades. Suddenly you're just a guy having a conversation instead of an actor waiting for reviews. Conversations become effortless. Words flow without calculation. Attraction builds without force. You're not pushing or pulling or manipulating. You're just being. Silence stops feeling like failure. Those pauses in conversation? They're comfortable now. Not awkward voids you frantically rush to fill. Just natural breathing room. And you finally stop obsessing over every single word you send. You type what you mean and hit send. No 10-minute analysis. No asking your boys for advice on a simple text. No screenshot sessions dissecting her emoji choices. This is the energy shift that changes the game. From performer to participant. From desperate to discerning. From needy to naturally attractive. Stop trying to be entertaining. Stop scrambling to be impressive, witty, charming, or fascinating. You're exhausting yourself chasing qualities that don't create real attraction. The things you think matter most actually matter least. Women aren't looking for a stand-up comedian. They don't need a walking entertainment system. They're not searching for the cleverest guy in the room. They're looking for something much rarer. A man who is fully present. Grounded. Centered. Completely there in the moment. Presence is magnetic in ways words can never be. It's the energy of a man who doesn't need to fill every second with noise. Who doesn't scramble to prove his value. Who exists comfortably in his own skin without requiring constant stimulation or validation. Presence means speaking with intention. Not rushing through sentences like you're afraid she'll walk away. Not cramming words together nervously. Taking your time. Letting each thought land before moving to the next. Trusting that your words have weight. It means thinking before responding instead of reacting impulsively. Not blurting out whatever pops into your head. Considering your response. Showing that you actually process what she's saying instead of just waiting for your turn to speak. It means feeling comfortable when the conversation pauses. Those moments of silence that terrify most guys? You welcome them. You let them breathe. You don't panic. You don't scramble. You sit in the quiet like it's exactly where you belong. Maintaining steady eye contact without nervous fidgeting. Not darting your eyes around the room. Not checking your phone. Not adjusting your clothes repeatedly. Just looking at her. Calmly. Confidently. Like she's the only thing worth focusing on right now. Holding your body still instead of constantly adjusting. Feet planted. Shoulders relaxed. Hands calm. Not shifting weight nervously. Not playing with objects. Not betraying your anxiety through restless movement. A man with presence doesn't scramble when she goes quiet. He leans into it. He lets the tension exist without trying to escape it. Most guys interpret silence as failure. Presence interprets silence as space. He doesn't panic when her energy shifts. Maybe she seems distracted. Maybe her enthusiasm dips. He doesn't immediately assume something's wrong. He doesn't start tap dancing harder to win back her attention. He stays centered regardless. He doesn't manufacture a vibe that isn't naturally there. No forced chemistry. No fake energy. No pretending the connection is deeper than it actually is. He accepts reality and operates within it. He creates a calm, grounded space. A space that feels safe. A space without pressure or expectation. A space where she can relax and simply exist without feeling like she needs to perform. And women instinctively move toward it. Not because he chased them. Not because he impressed them. Because his energy felt like home. Because being around him felt easy. Because he wasn't trying to take anything from her. He was simply present. Here's what most men never realize. If your emotional state depends on her response, she can feel it from a mile away. It's written all over your face, in your body language, in the slight desperation behind your words. You think you're hiding it? You're not. Women have a sixth sense for men whose happiness lives or dies based on whether she laughed at the joke, whether she texted back quickly, whether she gave a compliment, whether she showed interest. It's like emotional radar they're born with. The second she becomes responsible for your emotional stability, respect evaporates. You've just handed her all the power, made her the sun your world revolves around, turned yourself into a satellite orbiting her approval. And that dynamic kills attraction instantly. Confident men don't chase reactions. They chase authentic enjoyment. Big difference. Massive difference. Life-changing difference. They're not performing for anyone. They're expressing themselves freely. You joke because you find it funny. Period. Not because you need her validation. Not because you're testing if she thinks you're humorous. You genuinely think it's hilarious and you're sharing that joy. You share stories because you enjoy them. Because recounting that memory brings you pleasure. Not because you're strategically trying to impress her or demonstrate your interesting life. The story itself has value to you. You discuss topics because you're genuinely interested. Philosophy, politics, sports, whatever lights you up. You engage because the subject fascinates you, not because you're trying to appear intellectual or deep. You're expressing yourself, not auditioning for approval. Huge distinction. One comes from fullness, the other from emptiness. One attracts, the other repels. This removes all pressure from her shoulders. She's no longer responsible for validating you, for making you feel worthy, for boosting your ego, for being your emotional support system. She can just be herself. And ironically, when you stop needing her to react, she reacts more naturally. Her guard drops. Her responses become genuine. She stops feeling like she's being put on the spot. The interaction flows. Most men don't lose women because they lack looks or charisma. They lose them because they abandon their emotional boundaries. They tolerate disrespect. They accept breadcrumbs. They compromise their standards hoping she'll eventually see their worth. When she's distant, they chase harder. Texting more. Trying more. Doing more. Thinking effort will break through her walls. But all they're doing is confirming they're not the prize. When she's disrespectful, they justify it. Make excuses. Rationalize her behavior. She's just having a bad day. She's been stressed. Anything to avoid the truth that she doesn't respect them. When she pulls away, they scramble to prove their value. Suddenly becoming extra attentive. Extra available. Extra eager. Broadcasting desperation in high definition. When she goes cold, they sit by their phone waiting. Hours. Days. Entire evenings wasted hoping for a notification. Life on pause until she decides to respond. Men with magnetic energy operate differently. Men with magnetic energy operate differently. They don't beg for time. They don't negotiate their worth. They don't convince anyone. They don't wait desperately for responses. They recognize their value without needing external confirmation. Instead, they walk away from disrespect. First sign of it. Gone. No long conversations explaining why it hurt them. No second chances handed out like free samples. Just quiet departure. They create space when something feels off. They don't cling tighter when the vibe shifts. They pull back. Reassess. Protect their peace. Distance becomes their tool, not their fear. They maintain their standards regardless of her behavior. Doesn't matter how beautiful she is. Doesn't matter how strong the connection felt initially. Standards remain non-negotiable. Always. This doesn't make you heartless. It makes you unshakable. Grounded. Centered in your own value. A man who respects himself before demanding respect from others. And when a woman realizes you're not terrified of losing her, that's precisely when she becomes terrified of losing you. The dynamic flips completely. Suddenly she's the one wondering. The one checking her phone. The one putting in effort. You want her presence, but you don't need it to feel whole. That's the golden balance. Interest without attachment. Care without dependency. Desire without desperation. When you genuinely know your life has value with or without her, your entire energy transforms. The fear disappears. The neediness evaporates. The pressure dissolves completely. You're just a man living his life, open to connection but not starving for it. You stop pulling her toward you. You simply become someone worth moving toward. Your gravity does the work. Your energy speaks louder than any words could. She feels safety instead of pressure. Curiosity instead of obligation. Genuine desire instead of manufactured interest. You've created space for real attraction to grow organically. Your energy shifts from, "I really hope you approve of me," to, "I'm completely fine either way. If we connect, beautiful. If not, life continues. My happiness doesn't depend on your decision." That is effortless attraction. That is magnetic presence. That is the energy that makes women choose you without you ever having to convince them. No tricks. No manipulation. No games. Just genuine, grounded, unshakable masculine energy. This is what separates forgettable men from unforgettable ones. The ones she thinks about at night. The ones she tells her friends about. The ones she genuinely fears losing. Now you understand the psychology. Now you see why trying hard backfires. Now you have the blueprint for real attraction. The question is simple. Will you apply it? If this hit different, smash that subscribe button right now. Turn on notifications so you never miss content that transforms how women experience you. Drop a comment telling me which point resonated most. Share this with a brother who needs to hear it. Your next level starts today.